Catholic mythology, it is the snake from the prohibited tree with the prohibited fruit.
Do you believe that we live in a system of white supremacy that disproportionately disparages black and brown defendants in the courts?
We, the people that then held our elected officials accountable and expanded what sanctuary means by getting ICE out of our local police database. Unfortunately, the Philadelphia ICE field for office has become the most aggressive in the country.
What the railroad file says is that they were forced to go back into the valley. Now, we know from the physical evidence that some of those individuals were murdered.
The government is ours. We pay for it, so it needs to work for us. And right now it doesn't, and I mean it really doesn't.
There's no lies.
My friends abandoned me too.
Y'all ain't right.
Bruised, battered, and scarred. I've been trying so hard to be faithful to you.
I'm here with the premier DJ, Lars Peterson, at Ray's Happy Birthday Bar. Lars, I'd like to ask you some questions. Do you have time?
Yeah. Hey, Michelle, how you doing?
Hi.
Hey, what's going on? How you been?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. So what's going on, Kat?
Nothing.
Nothing. What you doing out here?
Acting.
Acting?
Yeah.
There's a line that connects those of us and what we're doing today in 2018. My great-grandparents lived at 5th and Wolf. We have absolutely zero records that they ever attended synagogue there. And they weren't religious in any way and probably didn't. But I like to think they at least walked by it.
Participatory defense is when community members get together in a community space. And the person facing charges comes into that meeting and the facilitators ask a series of questions to be able to guide the person through the process.
Right now I'm in the Darby/Sharon Hill area, about 15 minutes away from the Philadelphia airport, where 2 years ago, 22-year-old William Tony went missing. I sat down and I talked to his mother. But before we get to her, take a look at this.
There are a lot of potential models around how the healthcare sector can sort of integrate itself with the housing sector to be able to address housing insecurity in Philadelphia.
He joined the gang around...
That was when he came back from a township.
15, about sophomore year, freshman, end of freshman, beginning of sophomore year is when he first got involved with the gang life.
I remember when I first started my very first business, all I seen was the success of another person's business. But I didn't see the failures or the setbacks. I didn't see the sacrifice. I didn't see the hard work and many, many hours.
How can you invite change into your career? How can you invite change into your life? How can you step out of your current comfort zone and invite new opportunities to you by just making an ask?
I don't understand, Amazon, come to the... I'm like, are you serious? Now I got to fight through the people to get to the building. When I got to the building, I performed off of Up in the Club. It wasn't even hot yet. But by the end of that night, I knew that night that I wasn't ordinary.
Stick around, and this is Sarai Nicole Melanin.
So I was thinking about ways that visitors might interact with it as well. So the top of the aquarium was open, and you could reach your hand in and swirl around the fog and see how that affected the light.
First big film set actually was The Wire. That was the first time I did something that was at that caliber.
Of course, everybody knows what The Wire is, but yeah.
Yeah, so that was my first time when I first received my union card.
I don't think that anybody would be celebrating the Stonewall now. It was really another sad, most people think it was a mafia-run bar.
If we go to March 1970, there was a much more tragic bar raid.
INSPIRE, inspire you and inspire me. INSPIRE, inspire you and inspire me. INSPIRE, inspire you and inspire me.
I am more than what you see.
Intersectional identity.